I've just got 2 regular boxes of sheet cake, and I've got them in little foil pans, and I'm just going to pop the first one out. And what I did is I've got a yellow cake mix. So this one I just left yellow, and this one you guys can see that I used food coloring to dye it a different color. Because what we're going to do is we're going to cut these in half to make thinner sections.
And chocolate
fillet them, if you will.
Chocolate doesn't work well with
Yeah,
this.
you don't want to use chocolate cake, and you guys
cake.
will see why in a minute. If you just want to make a real simple cake, you can just stack these layers on top of one another, and boom, you're done. There's also instructions in there for the more advanced cake, which is the cake that I will be making. We're going to create some oil traps in the cake, so that way when the kids take their core samples, they might find oil. So I'm going to lay my first layer down, and then it's a little bit too big for the pan. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to break this end off and leave it there, because this is going to become my fault trap in a minute. You guys remember how the fault trap, the layers didn't quite match up? So we're going to show that in here with that end of cake there. And then we'll set this one aside because that'll be our top when we're done. And I'll take my other one. Grease the pans, they come out real nice. Oh yeah, we're going to actually frost this first and put a layer of fossils.
She said no. Plus it helps hold your layers together a little bit once you.
And then they've got one more color in there when they take their core samples. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to put a lot because it was hard to see them yesterday. And we can even cover these with frosting since we have a ton of it. I just switch them on there.
Okay. You don't want fossils with this?
No, because that one's going to be oil.
Everything spreading this, it also spreads the fossils.
That's okay. Just mix them together. We'll have a thick fossily layer of sediment here. Alright, so we made kind of a fault trap down here. So I'm going to have to cut this end off, just like I did with the other one. And I'll set my next layer on above the fossils. Oh, that's not enough. And you want it so that this one tucks in next to where your other layer is so that they don't quite meet up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make this the area where we put a bunch of oil. If you want to squirt some in there for me. Just fill in a little crack there. And then on the other side we're going to make an anticline, because remember I said that the anticline is one of the best traps for oil because it can be such a large geologic feature. And I'm going to do that by cutting out circles from the remainder of this same color cake. And I'm just going to stack some circles here to kind of build a little dome shape. And then
if you can see.
And then I'm going to take the top out of here so that I can make a little pocket of oil. It is a good idea to put some frosting under there if you can. I don't know how well this is going to work because it's kind of crumbly. I don't know what I did with my cake. I hope it tastes good. Try to just get a little bit of frosting at the bottom there so that way the oil, when you put it in, doesn't just soak all the way into the cake. Okay, and now we're going to take our last piece of cake and we're going to cover up what's going on here so that it just looks like ground surface. And then
You did green?
I did green. There's green down there. I was going to just kind of fill in this crack right here so we could frost it easily with the green.
And if you want trees and stuff, you can do that.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want as far as decorations. I did make a green frosting. I just used food coloring with the frosting that I made. So that way we can have grass on the top of our geologic feature here.